Hello, and welcome back. I'm right on time. Need to unmute that. Oh no, there's no sound because OBS. Great, there's sound now. Don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. Anyway, we're watching this thing. Enjoy the show? No. No, I will explicitly not enjoy it, actually. I will intentionally go out of my way to not enjoy. Is this enough ratings? Just so you know. That seems too loud. It might just be too loud for me. I don't know. I mean, I have the audio down pretty low for the stream, so. Or in OBS, I mean. They're gonna start with something they haven't announced. Hi-Fi Rush 2, somehow. Is this the Team Ninja intro? Or is this just... It looks like it. Yeah, it is.
こんにちは、光栄テクモゲームズチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけて、
Now it makes sense to be announced at an Xbox thing.
こちらをご覧ください。
This flagship, it's like, other than Ninja Gaiden or Neo, it's like, what would that be?
Youngest of the divine dragon gods.
It's definitely Ninja Gaiden.
Wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
Platinum? Sure. Who's at Platinum? I don't even know. I mean, I guess that makes sense to get them to do it. I feel like Team Ninja themselves could do it, though.
No escape.
Did they ever fix that, the, like, remaster?
This is it.
'Cause I remember hearing that had issues.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Or was it just the PC version specifically? I don't know.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here. So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
It's just Ninja Gaiden 4. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to be 4 or if it would just be something
世
else.
界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、
I mean, they might need an introduction now since so many of them left.
生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、
I don't know.
より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で。
I know they always do a thing where, like, they usually, or at least relatively recently,
リュウハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、
Um,
彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。
they would have like whoever, they usually wouldn't have someone direct, someone wouldn't direct 2 games in a row. Suddenly switching to Japanese voices.
国有がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。
Like, usually like the director of a specific game would be like, have been like the producer on a previous one or something like that. I know like Astral Chain did that in, I think Bayo 3?
今作の新主人公であり、
Or did Kamiya just direct Bayo 3? I don't actually remember.
所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒龍を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
Maybe Babylon's Fall is what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
ダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、
What do you mean by a certain incident?
ヤクモと敵対す
We
る
can't tell you what it
向き合う
is.
状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージをリングやシリーズおなじみのタイプ
Yeah, this seems like the parkour and stuff is not usually this crazy in these games.
ダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーショ
There's
ン
a lot more movement
隠された
stuff going
アイ
on.
テムを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
新しい主人公のヤクモはリュウハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者ガイデンシリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒龍の封印を守る龍神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。
Why does this footage just look sped up?
ヤクモが使える新要素、結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によって、これまでから大きく進化した1対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率付きも健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。
Intense and fair? It's an interesting word to use. Just so you know, This game will not be unfair.
忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサはそれぞれがかなり
I don't know if this game warrants this much of an explanation, to be honest. Like it's just kind of like at a certain point it all kind of blends together. Like I get it. It's Ninja Gaiden.
ヤクモ、そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、
Look at all these Azuna
シリーズ
drops.
おなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者ガイデンにご期待ください。
It's been so long people forgot. You know, even if you forgot or never knew, it's just like, I don't know that more clips or telling you more is going to give you much more information.
進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
I don't think there is that much information to give. Once again, fair. Why do they keep saying fair?
進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっております。
Does Ninja Gaiden have a reputation for being unfair? I mean, I know the games have a reputation for being
プ
hard.
ラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるの
So
を
that
楽
is
しみ
coming
に
out
していま
this year.
す。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
2 Ninja Gaiden games in 1 year.
さて本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらをご覧ください。
Okay. Ninja Gaiden 5. Or is this, maybe it's DOA. This no, I think this is like Ninja Gaiden 2. Or maybe it's 1, I don't know. Maybe it's 4. You know, that would be weird. One more thing we're excited to announce. We have another trailer for Ninja Gaiden 4.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
I played the demo for 2.
Before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
I've seen some of 1. I guess this is 2. I was thinking, I was like, this looks like Ninja Gaiden 2 Black?
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox 360で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、
Weird to do that now. Wasn't Ninja Gaiden Black like a year or 2 after Ninja Gaiden 1?
美麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、竜ハヤブサに加え、
This is like 15 years after.
もプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。
Oh, it's
忍
okay.
者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売
I will not be downloading that now, but you know, it's there, I guess.
今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。
I never even played the first one.
ぜひにご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
I had just went straight to 3. Most of my Ninja Gaiden experience has been on Wii U. That's where I'm at in my life. I don't know exactly how long this whole thing is supposed to be. I was like 20 minutes on that.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada.
It's weird to
At our studio,
do
we
the
care
new
about
thing
world building,
first.
and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the
Is that
magical
just a-
noir contrast to the alternate history
I don't
of the
know.
Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For
Because
South
nothing else is
Pacific,
going to
our
be as
third-person
interesting as that.
adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
I'm waiting for whatever weird thing is going to be wrong with this game.
This ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
We won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble.
Although I don't know.
Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you.
I don't know
didn't waste all that
how
time at the
bad
shelter.
We Happy Few was
Now,
like technically,
You want to bring this up
because that was
right
contrast
I'm
issue.
just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel.
We Happy Few was just from conceptual stage was like, what are you doing?
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me?
Did they say his name is just Catfish?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel.
Is he the only catfish?
All of Hazel's arsenal and powers
He is the
designed
world's
around
last
textile
catfish?
crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving.
He's the only catfish that is giant and talking and magic.
The world, conjure objects.
It's possible. But you don't know that.
And confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Haints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These Haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Haint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the Slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Haints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave. are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy.
This showing this like right after Ninja Gaiden.
Especially when facing multiple types of
I'm
opponents,
increasingly thinking that was a very bad idea
enemies can be unraveled,
to do that
breaking
first.
their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing L boosts and reducing ability cooldowns.
Because it feels like they're trying really hard to make this combat sound more involved than it actually is.
Your abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel
Like, unless the game is like 80% combat,
system is fast
I don't
and
expect
responsive.
much out of
Whip around
it.
Chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around? You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a
Is this
weaver,
like in
Hazel
the
heals
real
these
world?
creatures by
Or is
collecting
she like in
fragments
an
of much
alternate
memories.
dimension or something?
We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past.
Is there
Hazel must experience
is
these
like
echoes.
no one else in the world? You think like there would be camera crews here or something? They're like, oh, what's happening?
To someone.
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the
Just like,
atmosphere
yeah,
to
some
environment,
giant
the
monsters in
music
Louisiana
themes
or whatever. Who
composed
cares?
for each one. While not
Old
all
news,
encounters
really.
lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face
I mean, if it were
multiple
Australia or
creatures in
something, that'd be
confrontation
understandable.
before she can yield them. Our boss encounters
Be like,
and
yeah,
boss
that's just
sequences also
it's just
reflect the
Tuesday.
uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around
All
a
news
specific
reporters got eaten by the gator.
These encounters feature multiple phases.
A helicopter? They ate the helicopters? Or the
As the encounters progress, the music
or
will fade
whatever
outside,
else. I don't know. What do they
creating
use?
tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or Hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
It started with the helicopters.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry.
Is that like
of
that
southern
thing I heard about?
From abysmal swamps.
Some the
to
thing about
flooded
hippos
farmlands,
taking planes out of the sky or whatever, which
In
is not a
our
thing.
magical
It's not a real
South,
thing.
Decaying buildings
But-
reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry.
You know, what if
world.
they could?
And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All
Forgot the
those
title of
damn
this in the
hates.
middle of saying
This
what you
part
were
of the
saying.
river's filthy with them.
Artistically,
So did
we're
I.
staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom
It's also
to
useful for
reimagine
hiding
creatures
performance
and their
issues.
stories to adapt how they look
If there
and
are
to
any.
craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
I think there was a shot earlier where I thought like
around central themes.
the frame rate was. I thought the game was just like not. I thought the game was just like kind of like hitching or whatever. Like it wasn't running great, but it's like no, that might have just been.
And pre-orders are now available on
I think it's
Xbox
just the normal animation. That particular shot looked a little off, though. Pretty ingenious. Yeah.
Bonjour, everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive.
Oh, no.
And welcome to our nano.
He's French.
We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate.
I like how they keep revealing these people, like you know who they are.
I quit my job the following
Everyone knows them.
and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games,
It's this guy.
always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love, and a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Sunfall Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something...
It's really weird to see one of their monitors just open to Discord. Like,
This too is your legacy.
I don't think that's what most devs usually
every
use.
great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows.
So they're all
Expedition
33 years old.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These
She
questions
said
are
duty.
deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Is there a particular reason
Whose darkest days have already happened?
that guy just looks so much like Robert Pattinson?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
and Mael, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot.
The guy look like Jake Gyllenhaal? Which guy?
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jeztral, which are a group of playful beings who view battle.
I wasn't expecting the jazz.
They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jeztrals across the game. And of course, there is Esquier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Esquier is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity.
It's great you did that because I've never seen a game do that ever. Never, not even once.
Firing at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration,
I'm curious as to what they found too hard.
Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character.
Because it doesn't seem fully real time. It looks like it's just turn-based.
Spend a lot of time designing each character's unique
with just like
and their custom skill
extra
trees.
commands.
Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Mael switches between stances which can alternately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mael the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds
Oh
of
god.
passive
Oh
attacks,
no.
which in our
that's
game are called
that's too many things on that screen.
Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects.
Nope, that's
they can
not.
gain
No,
through
oh
Luna
no.
and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
That looked like they just found like every possible combination of two words and just stuck them together.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Jeztral Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Jestrals are like. The Jeztral Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Jestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Monoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Jeztral.
For Eske, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a
that
lot
looks
bigger than
weird.
we expected. You'll definitely need Eske's help traveling around.
Here we go.
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
I guess they just said, screw it, we don't care. It's gonna look weird.
Into this game for the past
Everything is gonna be real tiny.
That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already
Is it not on
play the
PC?
game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33.
I assume it is.
We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre.
It's probably on everything. They probably just didn't. I don't know. I don't remember what they said before because when they announced it, if they ever specified.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Oh, PC. Strib mentions PS5 there. Okay. I thought they just wouldn't even say that. And they left Doom for last. How's Mick Gordon doing? I'm sure he has many great things to say about this game.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a
Why do they have almost the same voice?
game yet. This is Doom.
Maybe it's actually a voice
That was
actor.
so stupid I mouthed the words. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of
Okay, I
the
thought that
game
was just like
is
footage
really
from the
returned
game.
to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In
Is that a
Doom Eternal,
Pokemon?
you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages,
Keep wanting to
you'll
call
be
the
an
store
iron
the
tank.
Dark World.
Heavy,
Yeah, same
strong,
thing.
but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
Yeah, so it seems like it's more like the first one.
And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. deflect. All from
Specifically,
one
only
input.
green things, looks
It's
like.
contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in
Was
Doom
that
the
what it
Dark
was?
Ages, you're gonna stand and fight. And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id.
So basically, if you see the green glow,
If
you
you're
can
gonna
parry.
stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All
That
on
looks
one
like that's
input
basically
with
just
combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you
the
can finish
chainsaw.
off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit, and it feels amazing.
What does that
You'll
mean?
feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom.
It seems like not really a
Seems
glory
like
kill
a ton,
system.
but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns. And Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever
What
created.
Dark Ages are these? Where there are all these guns?
Ancient. Brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
I wonder how tight the window is for the parry. 'Cause it seems well, I mean, I would assume it's not that hard to do. It can't be if they expect you to actually use it. Seems like you can kill things real fast.
For the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system.
Oh, okay,
and
you can make the
sliders that will allow
when you can
players
change
to
it.
tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a
Oh
game
God.
for all Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is
I've been waiting for 2
It's the
games.
size of a building. It's
Did 2016 have any? I know there was a giant mech in Eternal that you never get to use.
And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic.
They're not 1 and done. They're 2 and done.
Anything we've made in
Maybe
it.
3 and done.
The combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom the Dark Ages.
Oh God, it's only a third.
Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious
Didn't know we were
worlds from
waiting for
Slayer's
that.
Past,
Yeah, everyone was waiting for it.
dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources.
Oh boy, you can swim.
The pace of the game. Where you go,
That's what I needed in Doom. I was saying, why can't Doom guys swim?
It's a Doom
I've been saying this forever.
full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like
We don't need to talk about who did the soundtrack of the last one. Don't worry about that.
And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters.
Okay, yeah, because I did not pay attention to that story in Eternal at
And for
all.
returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to
Where
play
is everyone
as
going?
it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
Oh no, they're all staring at me. They're watching you, judging you. They're watching you, chat. One more thing. Ninja Gaiden 6. We're skipping 5. It's releasing before 4. They're watching you, watching them, yeah.
You will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Was that a highlight you needed to show again?
Active turn-based system has a real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
リングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
I feel like it would have been fine to just show gameplay. Time for the surprise Blink sequel. Finally. Thanks for watching. You're welcome. I know no one would have watched this if I hadn't.
What's happening, friends? Welcome to Podcast Unlocked.
I'm not. It's not here for that. Okay. All right. That was a thing. That was a thing that occurred. Well, Ninja Gaiden 2 is just out, so. I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, all those had release dates and stuff. It was all April and May. Actually, Ninja Gaiden 4 didn't have a date. Just, yeah. And that is also on everything. There is not, no, I'm just Ninja Gaiden 4 is a thing. Not really seeing much beyond that. Yeah. We're not seeing much with regards to any of this. More info on Xbox Wire. I'm good. That's fine. That's all fine. Okay then. Alright. Ninja Gaiden looks good, maybe? I don't know. I thought 3 looked good too, but apparently it wasn't. I remember I played the demo on Xbox 360, and then I don't know, I never played it, but it seemed fine, and then I just heard people say it was really bad, and then I played the Wii U version, which I know had changed a bunch of stuff, and that also seemed fine. I don't know how much it changed, but anyway, I don't know. I don't know anything about that series really, so I don't need that to open. Let me do a thing. Okay. I am going to step out for a minute. I won't be going offline, but I'll step out for a minute and then I'll be back, and I'll do Mario and Luigi. So, yeah. Where is that? Or there we go. And that. Okay. All right. I'll be back in shortly. I don't know. In a shortly. Define that as you will, however you want. You're free to choose your definition. Also, I should start the game up while I'm doing that. Okay. All right. Back in a bit.